Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there friends, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Come on in here and sit down with me. Get yourself something hot or cold to drink, open your Bible up. We're going to be studying today Psalm 23 verse 3. And just like we did yesterday, we're going to test it or prove it against verse 1. Verse 3 is beautiful in its construction and in its imagery. We'll see that here in just a moment. Before we read, let me just remind you that the Bible Bistro has a channel on YouTube, and you can go to that channel, and I hope you will subscribe to it, if I can say subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, like it, ring the notification bell so that you get updated whenever Daily Dose Radio produces something, or Creek Road Baptist Pulpit, or now we have a new playlist on the Bible Bistro channel. It's called Sunday Morning Worship. You can see all the Sunday Morning Worship videos. Those are not audio, but they are video. The Pulpit podcasts are all audio. Daily Dose Radio is there. So much more is available there on the YouTube channel. Go check it out and subscribe. If you have your Bible open there, 23:3, let's read this together. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. All right, that is 23:3. He restoreth my soul. Now suddenly we go from the imagery, a very idyllic imagery of the pastoral setting with the shepherd and the sheep and the grassy pasture and the still waters that are deep and clean and the rest, the lying down and so forth. All of that, now David really just takes all of that imagery and he bundles it up into one word, restore. He restores my soul. What a wonderful thought that is, because the Lord is my shepherd. I am his sheep. What is he doing for me? Is he giving me everything I want? No. He's giving me exactly what I need. And in providing for my need, making sure I don't lack, he restores me. He's the one that does that. He restores my soul. I cannot restore my own soul. He's the one that does that. My shepherd is responsible for my soul restoration. Not only that, he leads me. Now, we've already seen that, haven't we? He made me to lie down, that is, he caused me to lie down in the pastures, and he led me beside the still waters. But now the leading goes from, again, that idyllic pastoral setting to leading me in the paths of righteousness. So he leads me someplace good now. The paths of righteousness, that are his paths, the ones that he walks, the ones that he's designed. It's the narrow way. It's not the broad way, but it's the narrow way, and he does that for his name's sake. And what does that mean? That means he does all this for his own glory. His shepherding us, the restoration that we receive, the leading that we receive, it is all for the glory of his name, so that he would be honored. So he is being honored in us as he takes care of us and shepherds us and oversees us. What a beautiful thought that is. So let's prove now as a test, verse 3. He restores my soul. Does that jive with what we had there in verse 1? The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Yes, I think it does. I think that word restore pulls all that together that we talked about yesterday in verse 2. It is now the restoration of the soul, because I'm not a sheep that needs to eat grass, but I am a sheep that needs restoration for my soul, and the Lord is the only one that can do that. He leads me in paths of righteousness. He's not leading me beside the still waters, but he is leading me beside the still waters, because the paths of righteousness go right beside the still waters. That is his design. That is his way. It is the narrow way. And he does it for his name's sake, so that he can get the glory, because he is the shepherd. So that's verse 3, and I think verse 3 nicely proves verse 1. All right, well, let's look again tomorrow at verse 4, and that's a little bit longer verse, so we're going to treat verse 4 tomorrow, walking in the valley of the shadow of death, and I hope that you'll join me then here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.